When I first heard about the new brisket pellet grill that uses AI technology, the first thought I had was, this has to be a gimmick, right? Everything these days is tagged on with the buzzword AI. And seriously, what the heck does that even mean for a pellet grill? Well, I got my hands on the Brisket Origin 580, and over the last couple of months, I've been testing this smoker. And there's some things that I really like about it, but also some genuine concerns I have with the smoker, and I'm gonna cover it all in this video. So let's first talk about the elephant in the room. Okay, this is a sponsored video, but I can assure you that everything I am sharing with you is my true and honest thoughts. Because in my contract with Brisket, they do not have authority to review this video before it went live. And even if they hate this video and they say, "Ant, you gotta take this down, you're making us look bad," I still get paid, okay? So seriously, I have no incentive to lie to you. So with that covered, I am not going to draw out my conclusions, all right? I'm not gonna hit you with the old, stick to the end to find out if you should buy the smoker, okay? I'm definitely gonna get more into detail of the features of the smoker, but for those who just want the bottom line, here's what I think. It is a very solid smoker, and at its current price point, it is an incredible deal. Okay, so right now, Brisket is running a Black Friday sale, which ends in just a few days, where both of their Origin models are $300 off. So you can currently get the 580 model, which is the one I have, for $549, and the 940 model for $699. So if you are in the market for a pellet grill, check out the link in my description box. Okay, now for those who want the juicy details, I'm gonna start out with the hardware of the smoker. The Origin 580, which is the model I have, has 580 square inches of cooking surface area on its two grates combined. In practical terms, this means that you can fit any size brisket on the main grate, or you can also do 2 pork butts comfortably. The top rack can basically just hold like chicken drumsticks or sausages only, and personally, I don't like these tiny racks that a lot of these pellet grill companies put on their grills. Most of the time I just take it out whenever I cook because it's just in the way, just like begging to burn my arm when I'm, maneuvering around in the smoker. But if you like those top shelf racks, then it's there if you need it. It has a very unique ash and grease tray cleanup system, which slides out of the bottom of the smoker, and I love this feature. Okay, every pellet grill that I have ever used has their grease trap as a bucket that just sits on the back of the smoker, just hanging there. And for me, because I live in the South, that grease bucket would always attract wild animals into my backyard. So I would end up, I go inside, I have my pellet grill running, and I come back outside and like the grease bucket is like on the floor, all over my concrete. Absolutely hated that. The build quality is solid. It feels very sturdy all around. The hopper is firmly attached to the cook chamber, which is a huge plus to me, okay? I've had pellet smokers that are attached together with just like flimsy screws to the cook chamber. And as time goes on, the smoker just being outside with the humidity, etc., the screws would rust and get stripped, and then the hopper would be like hanging off of the smoker. Okay, now let's talk about my least favorite feature of this smoker, optically speaking, which is these big goofy plastic wheels. It looks kind of cheap, which is unfortunate because of how sleek the rest of the smoker looks. But I will say that although they are plastic, these wheels are very dense. So I think they'll absolutely stand the test of time and also the elements. Also, I can appreciate the functionality of them since you can roll this in wet grass or gravel, unlike other pellet grills that just have like the 4 caster wheels. So with the specs of the brisket covered, let's talk about how it actually cooks. The most important part, right? So straight up, I'm gonna tell you that this smoker has the best user experience that I have ever used. And it is all because of the Brisket app. So with the app, you can completely control the smoker. That means turning it on and off. You can schedule the smoker to turn on at a later time. You can raise and lower the temperatures, and these are just the basic features of the app. There's so much more to this app, which I'm gonna get to in just a little bit. Since getting the Brisket a couple of months ago, I don't even touch the buttons on the smoker, okay? Like once I plug it in and it's turned on, I exclusively just use the app, which is really refreshing. I've used so many pellet smokers over the years, and all of the other smart smokers that are app controlled are frustratingly limited when it comes to using the app. So most times when I use those smokers, I would just set it manually and the app would basically be useless. The Brisket app also controls the amount of smoke with its power smoke feature. Now I'm gonna focus a little bit extra on the power smoke feature because usually most pellet grills in the price category that the Brisket is in will have a setting where you can like set the smoke level to increase the smoke. And to be honest, with the other smokers I've used, it's kind of hard to tell if it's even doing anything. But with the Brisket Origin, when that power smoke feature is turned on, it gives off a very noticeable amount of smoke. When I cook brisket on this pellet grill, I'm blown away by how much color it gets in such a short amount of time. This brisket you're looking at right now was only in the smoke for 6 hours before I wrapped it, and the bark is darker than a lot of offset briskets I have seen before. The app also has a bunch of other resources and video guides that you can use. And it also has recipes that you can actually send from the app to the grill. And once the recipe is sent to the grill, it's gonna automatically adjust the temperatures and smoke levels throughout the cook based on the recipe instructions by using both time and the internal temperature readings if you're using the temperature probes that the smoker comes with. This is truly a set it and forget it smoker. You can adjust these preset recipes in the app to your own preferences, and also, which this right here is my favorite feature of the smoker, is you can actually create your own recipes. Once again, you can send your custom recipes to the smoker from the app, and it will go through all of the steps of your recipe. So you can go to sleep or you can go run errands. You can do whatever you want to do while the smoker is running and cooking your food. Now, as of recording this, as far as I know, you can't share recipes with other users, but I know that the Brisket team is always making changes to the app to improve it, so maybe they'll include that feature in a future update. And the last feature of the smoker I need to talk about is the Vera AI. So this feature of the smoker is the reason why Brisket markets the smoker as an AI-powered smoker. So basically, you can type in any recipe and Vera AI will make the recipe for you and it will send it to your smoker just like the other recipes. So for example, I had a pork belly from Costco in my fridge, so I had Vera draft me a copycat recipe of Goldie's Barbecue's smoked pork belly with peach tea glaze. Now, I have tried this feature for a few recipes and honestly, it gives pretty generic instructions currently, okay? Like the recipes aren't bad, they're just very simple from my experience with Vera. But the reason why I put emphasis on currently is because the Vera Smart AI is designed to improve over time. So the more user feedback it gets, the better and more intricate the recipes will get. Also, I will say that the peach tea glaze Vera came up with, although very simple, was really good with this recipe. And Vera, as it currently is not useless by any means. It really shines when you give it more specific instructions like dietary restrictions. So like if you're doing gluten-free, or if you're on like a keto diet, or if you're trying to do the math on how many people you're trying to serve, like Vera is perfect for that. The Brisket Origin Pellet Grill, despite its flaws, is the best smoker in terms of how cohesive all of the hardware of the smoker works together with the app. And it delivers a user experience that is just fantastic. And with the current Black Friday sale, I think this thing is an absolute steal. So again, make sure you check out the link in the description box. And with that, this is kind of a goodbye to you all, because this is gonna be the last time for the foreseeable future that I'm gonna upload a video outside of new episodes of my series, Barbecue Story. I'm currently editing the next episode where I went to Snow's Barbecue in Lexington, Texas, and let me tell you, from what I see so far, this one is gonna be an absolute banger. And while you wait for that episode, you can watch the last Barbecue Story, where I went to Burnt Bean Company and spent the weekend with Chef Ernest Cervantes, AKA the Pope of Barbecue. And I'll see you guys over there.